I remember one time, it wasn't actually on stage, but I was filming something in a car park outside a church in London. And the Church of England vicar who was in charge of the church, he approached me in the car park as I was waiting between scenes. And he was very angry, but I thought he was coming over to say hi and, love your work. But no, he actually grabbed me by the lapels and he pinned me up against the wall. And he had a real go at me for ridiculing clerics, generally. So he was saying
because
shows like Father Ted and Vicar of Dibley and shows like that were making fools of people like him, and that people weren't taking him seriously. And then he went on to explain the type of work he does. And of course, I understand the type of work he does. It's incredible, the type of work these people do in terms of caring for the old and the sick and the vulnerable and the bereaved. And, they work all hours of the day and night. I appreciate that as a human being. But I don't think, gentle ribbing is necessarily the problem.
And what did you say to calm that situation down?
I diffused the situation with just, he realised how lovely I was. And I think that's the key point. Going back to the Will Smith incident, it's about you obviously try not to respond in the heat of the moment, because once you meet people face to face and have a chat with them, you can usually diffuse tensions. And as I say, we're living in this febrile kind of world at the moment.
I think that's why people might have thought that this thing was a bit of an invention, because there was that, he had quite a long walk up to Chris Rock, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had time to think about it, slapped him and then calmly walked away again. It was sort of bizarre.
It is bizarre, but wouldn't it be the worst idea of all time? Particularly when we talk about violence all the time. And why would you pick that as a gag? Mm-hmm. It's like an incredibly crass gag. I mean, and institutions like the Oscars are really careful, and they're really sensitive to what's going on out there on social media and everything else.
So if they were trying to create a moment, this wouldn't be the moment that they would be creating.